Uh, for the record, go ahead and say your name.
Pork chop. That is my legal name. My mother obviously fucking hated me.
Alright, and the interviewer is going to be, Sergeant Kyle Decker, Fulton County Sheriff's Office, badge number 512. We're here with Mr. Chop today to discuss the details and, get a statement regarding missing persons case regarding Riley Kenwood, Fulton 512169. Mr. Chop, when was the last time you, actually saw Miss Kenwood?
I don't know the exact date, but I would say it was probably a day, maybe two, before you guys got the missing persons report. Tried to do a little poking around of our own. We had got the email that I'm sure you guys have received by now too.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. So
Fair enough.
the closest record that we have is March 29th. It's gonna be Monday, and it was Monday night.
Sounds right.
Okay. That's the most up-to-date information we have. And where was this?
It was at her house. It was after the last I can remember was she had bought a house. We had all just kind of chilled out back a little bit. The whole fam, Eileen, Mickles, Rebs, Richard, uh, Riley. Did I say Eileen? Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
it. But that was everybody. All chilled, and I would say within the next 12 to 24 hours, it nothing, heard nothing, seen nothing, just Audi 5000.
Okay. And I know that earlier you said you weren't comfortable discussing such details in public, but what is
I
the
was just
address
up
of her
there
home?
with. Oh yeah, one second. Let me check the GPS on my phone real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, it's 689.
689 up, right next to the big white apartment tower.
Yeah, it's just around that little corner. There's two houses there. There's a parking lot right across the street. She's the one on the corner. There are uh, two posts on it. Occasionally, you'll see gargoyles on it, but not very often.
Okay, so
It's
it's
only
gonna
if I'm around.
be the one right on South Mo Milton and Dunstable.
Sounds
So
right. I'm not
so
really
yeah,
good with street names.
689. All right. And then as far as that goes, are you blood related or legal family in any way?
I mean, I wouldn't say that far, but considered family, yeah. Definitely not blood.
And by no legal means either.
I mean, what do you mean by legal means? I got keys
Stem.
to her house, but I'm not on the lease.
Okay. Would you be authorized to give consent to just a quick look over, not looking to, search, seize anything, just looking for anything that might give me an idea of where she might have gone? If not, I can always go ask Skylar and see if she'd be willing to give me consent.
I personally would feel better if you asked your sister. I mean, I feel like she would be more
That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
acceptable for that than me. Like I said, I have keys, but I ain't on that lease. I'm sure Skylar would
Right.
be paying
The
paying
only
shit before I
reason
will.
the only reason I asked you is because you say you're family and you have keys. But if you are more
Right.
comfortable with me asking your sister, then I will do that. No worries.
Yeah. I'm sure she would even probably go with you and go through the house and help look and see if anything's out of the ordinary from there. She'd know more than I would. I'm kind of in and out and not exactly a sharp tool.
No, I get you. Um, so, um, I know that we had a little bit of this conversation earlier. we have started to suspect a little bit of foul play due to the information we've received. We did receive an anonymous text message earlier. Given the circumstances, I will share that information with you only if you want it, purely because it is graphic.
I
But
mean,
what
if it's
everything
graphic, I'd rather not, to be honest. Just I'll take your word for it. You don't seem like somebody who has a reason to lie to me.
Yeah, absolutely not, and I'm just trying to be as straightforward as possible with you here. I want to find Riley.
Right, and I will
And
say, when we talked earlier, when that guy said something about, her being with people, I don't know anything about that, nor would I
I'm
feel
not
right putting blame on anybody who I don't know.
absolutely. And as far as what we can tell, her affiliations with anybody in blue are actually quite the opposite of what he said. So I'm gonna trust
I
my
feel the
record on
exact
that
same.
over his word on that.
Yep,
Um,
I will attest to that also, and say that from my standpoint, I'm not really a fan of them either, and I don't feel like she would have any reason to be also.
okay. Well, given the fact that we did receive anonymous word that something might have happened, we are starting to suspect foul play.
Okay.
Um,
Uh,
do you
Also,
know
for
of
any
any?
reason, if Skylar doesn't have keys, just I should be around in the city at some point. I can
Absolutely.
also at least let you guys in.
Yeah, absolutely. If I just need to get family consent at the end of the day,
Sure, for sure, for sure.
because she's the only, because she's out of, contact, the only person who I'd really be able to get consent from
Right, right,
is someone who either has access to the property already or family.
right, for sure.
Um, but anyway, so given the fact that we are starting to suspect foul play, does she have anybody out to get her that you know of? Anybody that specifically consider her an enemy?
No, not that I know of. Again, like there were. She's kind of up and disappeared. There was no real anything. We all just kind of wondered, and then out of nowhere, email.
Okay.
A car just kind of plunked in the water.
Yeah, we're definitely still gonna come back around to that. So no real idea of someone who would want to hurt her. Any recent arguments that you might have brushed off as nothing major that
Again, I'm kind of a potato, but no, I can't recall anything.
Okay.
If there
Um,
was, there's a chance that I might have just completely brushed it off and completely forgot.
okay, fair enough. That being said, on the other side of things, any new friends? Anybody new that she was hanging around that, had a good demeanor, but, you haven't known a long enough to trust, per se?
I mean, with all due respect, I have trust issues and don't really trust anybody, regardless
I
of
understand
how
that. I'm a
long I
cop.
know them. But I, I, I really don't, because we all, it was mainly me and her running around this time of night. I mean, I'm sure you noticed on a couple occasions. And
So,
other than that, like I don't recall us ever hanging out with anybody else again, unless I'm just full potato and completely forgetting something.
alright, and, you've mentioned, Richard a couple of times.
Yeah,
Um,
Richard.
I've I've heard that he was in proximity to her close to the time that she was last seen.
Yeah, and he's also someone who I've been trying to get in contact with over the last like 10 hours or so, and I have a feeling that's going to be one that we're not going to be able to get in contact with for
Yeah, you said something
possibly
about
a
him
hot
losing
minute.
his mind.
Yeah, he lost his mind. His brain kind of seems to have gone somewhere elsewhere.
Alright, I don't really suspect him, um, other
Neither
than the
do I. He
fact that
seems
he
like
was one
just
of.
a wild card himself.
Right, I don't suspect him any more than I suspect you, and that's just because, some of the last people to see her before she disappeared. That's just natural. Um,
Right. That's fair, and I'd
anything,
submit to anything, even
oh,
if you did.
anything, new that she'd been doing, any new recent activities, new places she was hanging out?
Again, not that I know of. I mean, we had gone to a couple of those like Grove parties or whatever that they
Uh,
had put out
okay.
flyers for and stuff, but no. nothing was ever nothing ever seemed to be too much,
Oh,
unless Skylar knows more that I don't know.
oh, and I want to remind you that I'm not asking these questions because I want you to incriminate yourself, your friends, or her in any way. I honestly need to know what's going on so that I can do my best to find her. And if she got into, a bad group of people because she was selling or buying drugs, I need to know that.
I don't know about all that. I know occasionally from time to time we do what we got to do to make some money, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm not, yeah, as I said, I'm not
But
trying to get you to
I
incriminate
don't,
yourself or anything, but I do need to know, what's going on if I have a chance at finding her.
I feel like everybody in this city, the locals really seem to love opium.
Yeah,
I'd hate to believe that at some point in time she wouldn't want some cool new part for that G-Wagon and do
right,
whatever it takes to get it.
absolutely. Hmm. Alright, so, a few times you've mentioned this email, of a vehicle sitting in a body of water. Um, we never received this email.
Okay.
Whatever that was specifically targeted toward her family.
Okay. Well, then in
Um,
that case,
I don't think we got what we got until I started poking around. Um,
okay,
I mean, as much as that means that they know I'm onto them. It is what it is.
for sure.
But as far as that email goes, what can you tell me about it? Any
Let me pull it up
identifying?
on my phone and look at it real quick so I can give you a better description of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the picture is her car. It looks like it's down at the docks or the marina, where you would rent a boat.
So down at the okay, down at the marina, not like the cargo docks
No, yeah, the marina, the where you would
on the
park
south
your
side of the beach.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, that's what it looks like because I can see the dock. I can see one of the red put your ticket here book kind of things, and one of the poles, and then like the tie-up hitches. There's also looks to be a piece of a fence, so it looks like somebody had drove it through a fence into the water. Whether somebody is in that or not is a different story, and it looks like it's missing a tire. So whether it smacked something and ended up there, I mean, I feel like we can all agree that her driving's not exactly top notch by any means.
Right, that one was that. I mean, that doesn't come nearly as much of a red alarm as some of the other facts,
Right.
just
The fact
because
that we
Riley
got
can't
the
fucking
email of
drive.
it is why I don't think this
Right,
was
that is
shitty
the.
driving. Although we will say that we can all agree she's a shitty driver.
Mm-hmm.
He really hates trash cans.
Yeah, and you said that it looked like it had been shot up.
I don't know about shot out, but it's missing a tire for sure. And
Okay.
there's a piece of the fence on the dock. I'm sure either I or her sister can get you a copy of that picture.
Yeah, I mean, if you can email
Feel
that to me, that'd be great.
Yeah, actually, let me see if I can do that right now.
See if I got that.
Yeah, see if that works. I don't know if that works.
Yep, got it.
Perfect.
Okay. And I see what you mean, the piece of the dock, or the piece of fence on the dock.
Right? You can see the missing tire in the front left. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like that window's down too.
Alright. Alright, now I've got that. I appreciate that. One more thing. What time zone are you in?
Central,
What time is it? 4:37?
4:37 a.m.
Alright, where were you at about 2:40 a.m.?
Where was I when?
About 2:40 a.m.
Today?
Yep. Just a couple hours ago.
I
Or like an
believe I
hour
was
ago.
at,
Or no, 2 hours
well,
ago.
I was at my house, and then right before I talked to you, I was up at my grandma's house.
Okay. The only reason I say that is because I don't know if you saw Instagram or not.
Nah, for the most part, I have that turned off because all the fucking ring dinglings on my phone just fucking irritate me to high heaven. A lot of times
Absolutely.
it's just people talking shit, anyways.
As far as things go, I can't really use it as evidence. However, I can use it as kind of a time marker. That I received we got the Instagram post mentioning Riley out.
Oh, is there one? Let me pull it up. I haven't even looked, to be honest.
And it was at about 2:40 your time. I just wanted to know where you were at.
Oh shit.
And
Dude,
that's
does that look familiar to you though? Like that's.
it. Looks like honestly, it looks like half of the northwest coastline.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing there. If I'm not mistaken, I might have accidentally sent my car off a cliff close to that before.
Right, like that pit right south of
Yeah.
68.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but see if
The black and white, whoever did this did a really good job of like teasing the shit out of it.
mm-hmm. But that's the only thing public that has really gone out. Everything else was emails sent to the family or the text that was sent to
That
PD.
what I sent you was the only thing we got.
Okay.
And I know of anyways. Again, Rebs was the initial one who got it and told us about it, and he's also someone we haven't seen for a minute. But again, way less nefarious. I believe people have heard from him, not too sure, but I know obviously with her it's definitely something a little bit more.
Right.
Man, do you guys not have ventilation in here? Is it just me? Is it really smoky in this roof?
It's getting a little smoky, but it's how we get it all, hot, make you sweat,
I mean, I feel it.
make
It's
it tell us
working. It's
everything.
the longest cigarette I've ever had in my life.
I mean, other than that, you can think of anything else, I can give you my private cell number.
Right on, yeah, let me pull this up. Go for it.
It's gonna be 519-3415.
just text message you mine. That way you're not like, who is this? The same thing. If you hear anything new, please let me know. Pass it
Absolutely.
along to who needs to hear it. Or if for some reason Skylar doesn't have keys, just send me a text message or call me up and I'll drop what I'm doing and get there ASAP.
Perks of being the police. As long as I have consent, I can just go in.
That's kind of what I figured.
So, I mean, as much as I appreciate the offer, if I need to, I can just get in there.
Right, right. Again, like I said, I feel like with her being her sister, she'd be able to tell you more about what's out of place and what isn't.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Miss Eileen Ulick. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
If you can let her know, that I would like a statement from her at some point as well.
Awesome, yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. Yeah, that leaves her and Skylar to get official statements from, because without Rebs or Richard, really, there's no one else who knows a whole lot about the case.
Right, right.
I do really appreciate your cooperation in this whole matter.
I appreciate you, man. I like that you're in the city and the times you are really doing your due diligence. City needs it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just glad I can be out here, doing the community policing just as much as I'm doing the criminal policing, because...
Hey, I appreciate that.
But, alright, appreciate you, sir. End of record.
All right, sounds good.